this, William. It was your fault. You have brought this upon yourself. The blood is on your hands. The curse is on your name. There you are, sir. I was beginning to think you weren't coming into work today.
Bertram, this railway will all be yours one day.
Yes, sir, I know.
Bertram, I trust that you will take care of this railway. Treat it well.
Yes, sir, I will.
I have faith in you, Bertram.
Thank you, sir. And after Meisner left work that day, he was never seen again. No one knows where he went. He vanished. How can someone just disappear like that? No one knows. He would now be 113 years old. Isn't that about how old Rheneas and Skarloey are? Duncan, please. We're just now pushing 90. Oh, my mistake. Duncan, please. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. The real reason I wanted to speak with you all is because I want to propose an expedition. To where? Sodor. But isn't that where we are now? Wasn't the Skarloey Railway built over top the old Sodor lines? That's correct. However, the Sodor lines also lead to a now-defunct quarry south of here. 50 years ago, that quarry was a beautiful place where narrow-gauge engines excavated slate from the mines. Then something terrible happened. The mines flooded, the railway shut down. It was a disaster. Wait, what am I saying? Peter, Sam, Sir Handel, Duke, you all worked there. I'm sure you've got lots of interesting stories to tell from the old days. Don't you, Duke? Duke?
Mm-hmm. What? I don't remember much from then. It was so long ago.
I remember quite a bit. Grandpuff, don't you remember when you had to save Sir Handel? I mean, Falcon from rolling off of the edge of that cliff?
I don't want to. I really don't.
Is something wrong, Duke? You know, I forgot that you two used to have different names. Let's see, you were Falcon, and you were Stuart.
What?
No, not you.
What's not me?
Nothing, Robert.
So, here is my proposal. I want to go on an expedition into the old mines. The rails are closed off with buffers at the moment, but I will arrange to have the preventative fencing removed for us. I can afford to bring 3 engines on the trip. Naturally, I'd like to bring the 3 of you. A little Sodor reunion. Won't that be nice? That sounds wonderful. Let's do it. You'll come with us, right, Duke?
I don't know. My passengers would awfully miss me taken care of.
But, come on, Duke. Won't it be fun? Just like old times.
Well, I guess.
Then it's settled. We leave in 2 days. Something terrible happened. The mines flooded, the railway shut down. It was a disaster. So, what I haven't told them is that this is more than just an expedition. It's a scouting mission.
For the project?
Exactly. Sam Ruffy has refused to sell me ballast, but my research has led me to believe that the old mines of Sodor could be a perfect source. Can you imagine that? I'll have my very own supply of resources. Vertical integration.
That's incredible.
You're coming too. You know that, right?
But I have to work at the paper.
What's a better story than a forgotten mine filled with adventure? Bring the camera along. You'll get a cover story, guaranteed.
What about Robert?
He'll come too. Wouldn't be a party without him.
Hey, Sir Handel, have I ever told you my middle name is Equilibrium?
Aren't you excited for the expedition tomorrow, Grandpuff?
Sure.
It sure will be interesting to go back to the mines after all these years. Makes me think of all those other engines who were sold. I mean, we can only wonder where they are now.
I'm sure they all found nice railways to live on.
Just like us.
Mm-hmm.
So, how exactly is this gonna work? Are we each gonna drive one engine? Because I don't know if I'm exactly qualified to do this. I mean, I'll wing it as best I can. I just don't want to be held responsible when something goes wrong. I mean, it's the engine's fault, right? Every time.
I think I'd like Phil to drive me.
Relax. None of us are driving them. They have drivers and firemen.
Aw.
Alright, let's do this! Here's to some positive life experiences!
This all looks familiar, doesn't it, Duke?
Yes, it's all coming back to me.
You okay, Duke?
I just don't know if we should be here.
Why shouldn't we be here?
It could be disrespectful to the other engines who worked here.
Duke, those engines are long gone. None of them are still here. We aren't disturbing any resting ground.
Well, you can't be too careful.
Hey guys, look at that! There's a cave and stuff up there. Can we stop? Come on guys, the view from up there must be spectacular.
I think we should follow. This could be your big photo opportunity. Grandpuff, is there a reason you've been acting so strangely? It honestly doesn't seem like you want to be on this trip at all.
I suppose it's time I told you both this story. I owe it to you after all these years.
Owe us what?
Do you remember my story about an engine called Smudger?
Ooh, I do. I remember it perfectly. Smudger was American.
He rode roughly and often came off the rails. I warned him to be careful, but he took no notice.
Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spells?
We do here, I said, but Smudger just laughed. Then one day, manager came. He said he was going to make him useful at last. Smudger stopped laughing then. They turned him into a generator. He's still out there behind our shed. He'll never move again.
After that, if I remember correctly, we became really useful engines. Remember that, Duke?
Yes, I remember that story, but...
Is something wrong?
It's just... that story wasn't completely true. You see, I left out some details. Smudger was American. He was from Pennsylvania and worked there before being transported to Sodor for work on the Mid-Sodor Railway. But he wasn't rescaled properly. This made him sway roughly as he rode and made him prone to derailment. The poor fellow couldn't help it. He tried his hardest, puffing as slowly and carefully as possible, but he would shake so badly as he went along that he would nearly always derail. I, in my arrogance, felt that he had no place on Sodor. Derailed again? Huh. Typical careless American. You should be ashamed of yourself. Barging uninvited into another engine's country and behaving so badly upon arrival. I have half a mind to report you to the manager.
Duke, please, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I'm trying my best here, but... Duke, please, just give me one more chance. I promise I'll improve. I want to do well, honest. But these rails...
What about these rails? I've traveled these rails 1,000 times and I never once had a problem. The problem is you, and you have the nerve to blame my railway for your problems. Repugnant.
No, Duke. I didn't mean it like that. Please, listen.
Ugh. Rude, obnoxious Americans.
Wow. This is even better than I thought. Guys, you gotta see this. Hey, Phil. Do you think there's time for a brief little spelunk while we're here? Uh-oh. Guys, run!
Why?
Oh no, oh no. I made a mistake. It was a bad cave. Bad cave! Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Run! Robert, you brought a gun?
Phil, almost every time we hang out, someone tries to kill us.
Ah! Are you going to shoot the bear?
I'm thinking about it, Michelle, but sincerely, I have too much respect for such a beautiful animal to even consider.
Give me the gun!
What?
You missed.
Oh, stop.
Not long after, Smudger, predictably, derailed again. By that time, I had had it. I reported him to the manager, and I was the one who suggested making him into a generator. I feel terrible now.
Oh, Duke. Now I understand why you didn't want to come back here. You don't think he's still around, do you?
I don't know, but that's only half the story. It gets much worse.
Start the engines! Hurry!
Ah! We're being pursued by a large mammal!
Was that a bear?
Sure was. Such a noble and majestic creature. I can't believe my third favorite animal will be so dead set on injuring myself and others. I thought we had something. Whoa, guys, look at all this. Hey, Phil, do you need any of this stuff? It looks like a bunch of antiques.
It's just,
Ooh, check this out. This has gotta be super valuable. Maybe it's important. I wonder if I could do something with this.
Robert, look down.
Huh? Oh well, never mind, I guess. Huh, hey. What's that over there? What about this? A bit of a fixer-upper, eh, Phil?
Is that an old station?
Where do you... Oh. Should we...
We came all this way.
Duke, the rest of your story?
It got worse. After Smudger was turned into a pumping engine, he was eventually moved to a new location. Kazni Hawin Mine,
Yes?
where he failed, and the mines flooded.
So, you... No. Duke, you're not really saying that you...
I am responsible for the closure of the Mid-Sodor Railway. Without the mines to mine, there was no reason for the railway to stay open. All of this destruction, all of this disrepair, all the time we spent apart, it was all because of me.
You don't know how good it feels to hear that from you. All these years spent in isolation, all this time wasted, all this time spent in this kingdom of decay, it was all because of you. All your fault. But you can make this right, Dookie. Finish what you started. I have no steam left.
This is so weird. It's like a time machine.
I wonder if... Oh my god. What was all that? There was there was a rock. It was above the station. We were worried it was going to fall on you, so we got your attention. Guess it was a false alarm. That which was forged in darkness shall return, cleansing this earth and bringing forth a new world. There is shelter under stone, and light within the deepest of darkness.
What does that all mean?
No idea.
All of them say it.
What?
These scrolls. Every single one of them says that exact same poem thing.
What would compel someone to...
Maybe he went nuts.
Was it everything you hoped it would be?
I think it's going to be perfect. We can use the railway to harvest the ballast. It's perfect. But first we need to clean all of this up. And I know just what to do from here.
Well, guys, it looks like everyone got just what they wanted out of this trip. Phil, you got your scenery. Michelle, you got your photos. And I acquired a newfound respect for bears. They have officially moved up a tier on my list of favorite animals. All in all, I'd say this trip was a success.
Nowhere to go from here but up. Mid-Sodor has been good to me. This quarry, the mines, it's the lifeblood of Sodor. If only your mother were here to see this. Just think how proud she'd be. All of these engines working in harmony like a well-oiled machine. It's all going to be yours soon. It might seem small to you now, compared to the Northwestern at least, but you should find it to be even more bountiful. I had to leave your cousins something, but this is all yours. The two of you will work together. Family. Partners. The two kings of Sodor. I believe in you. And Donald, I know that you will both make me proud. Thank you.